Hey guys, got a pretty thorough psychoanalysis of narcissism and healing from narcissistic trauma, whether it's from just random narcissists in the world, because there's a pandemic right now of narcissism spreading throughout the land, mostly caused by social media and the devil. And listen, I had to delete social media, but that's just me. Because it's worthless. Why would I want anybody to peer into my life, to know about my existence? That's kind of incompetent if you think about it, because once you realize that nothing in this world matters except for intrinsic, humane stuff, earthly things don't matter, right? It's the spiritual stuff in this world that really is what should matter to you. Heavenly things, spiritual things. Earthly things have no value over any of us. But we, the chosen ones, we have more value than the richest man, if you think about it. Because listen, most of the world is a slave to earthly materialistic stuff. That's the whole point of materialistic Satanism. But let me get past that. I'm gonna just talk about narcissism real quick. So there's 3 major steps to heal from narcissistic abuse, or 3 major phases that you will go through. This is from personal experience. First phase is confusion and questioning your reality. 4 phases. First one is confusion and questioning your reality. That's been going on for 27 years of my life, and I just woke up like a year ago, 2 years ago maybe. And so first is the confusion. Gonna be a big thunder. Never mind, didn't happen. But I had a thought, like, what if there's a war in heaven right now and fallen angels are being cast out of heaven like lightning, just like Satan was? But that's not in the Bible, so I'm just gonna not give that any food for thought and not even think about it. That's probably just a random thought that I had that doesn't even make sense to anybody. It's not even real probably, but it might be, I don't know. Usually everything I say, like, is true. Like, I'm not gonna talk about that right now because I don't want people who are watching to get that information that don't deserve it. But yeah, so first is confusion and question your reality. That's the first sign that you're being manipulated and dominated by a narcissistic spirit, or Jezebel, whatever you want to call it, whatever spirit that you want to categorize it or classify it as, right? So question your reality. And then the second phase is the awakening. Second phase, God opens your eyes, like, poof, your mind gets blown. You start understanding that. You start looking malevolence in the face and realizing that this world really has real tangible wickedness and evil in it. Real evil. And you have to get past the fact that you looked this malevolence right in the face and understand that they wanted to be malevolent. They wanted to actually hurt you. Don't be afraid that you've been hurt, but you should be more afraid of the fact that people want to inflict evil intent upon you. That's crazy. Once you get over that, you're no longer naive enough to be manipulated as much, and you'll be able to use that dark psychology if you go into that lane. I try not to use it on people because I don't want to be like the people that manipulated me. But I know a lot of stuff that I could use to completely decimate my opponents and enemies. But I don't. I just pray for them. Sometimes I just yell and scream when I'm by myself, because that's phase 3. Phase 3, well, actually, phase 3 is starting the individuation process. You can learn more about that from Carl Jung. He basically created that. You have to face your unconscious mind, your unconscious, you just have to face yourself. You have to face yourself and figure out who you are. What are you? When are you? Where are you? How are you? Why are you? You have to figure out everything. You have to look at yourself in the mirror, gaze into your own soul, and look deeper than the surface. If you don't look deeper than the surface, it's not going to be working. Now, what's stage 4? Stage 4 for me was rage. I call it righteous anger, because all that energy, every time these narcissists manipulated you and you didn't understand it, if you're like me, you weren't naive, but you just wanted to refuse to believe that people could be this freaking evil and actually do these sick things to another person. And then you really got to start setting boundaries. Once you start setting boundaries, then you can begin the individuation process and the awakening process, because setting boundaries is the whole way to understand what they're doing to you. Because if you set a boundary and they don't listen to it, then you know what's up. Now listen, the righteous anger phase. I'm going through that right now, righteous anger. And I know the 5th phase of narcissistic abuse healing journey is freedom. And that basically means that you are now completely free from narcissistic abuse and manipulation tactics, and you can now manipulate your own reality and orchestrate your perception in a way that you feel is healthy. That didn't make any sense how I said that, I don't think, but you get what I'm trying to say. If you're clocking to you, it's clocking to you, right? Now, what do we do with the idea, what do we do with the tragedy of malevolence, right? Well, I guess the only thing to do as a man, as a woman, I don't know what you're going to do. But as a man, you have to stare it in the face and not cower to it. You have to fight it. You have to stand there and fight it with righteous judgment. So as somebody of God, we need to stop cussing too. It's the hardest thing to do. Stop cussing is very hard because that gives the enemy access to us to be a slave to wrath. But listen, malevolence is real. Nihilism is real. Demonic entities are real. Evil is more real than good in this world because evil controls everything. Evil is the hand puppeteering the strings behind everything. So what do you do? What do you do with that information? Do you reject it? Are you going to accept it as truth? Are you going to accept the fact that you have to die for the truth to get eternal life?